Hello again and welcome back to the channel. Now in this episode I'm going to talk to you about solar chargers. I've had this one in here for about 6 months now and it's brilliant. They are well worth the money. They're about £24 for a kit off eBay. I had this one given to me but I bought another one for another project. This will keep your battery topped up. Even if you park your motor up for months on end and don't use it, when you jump in it you're going to have a full battery and it'll start straight away. Now these are also great for P38 users who have BECM problems. This will keep your battery topped up during the week if you only use your motor at the weekends. So I've had this, it's been temporarily fitted, but I'm going to fit it permanently now into the Land Rover and you can watch me while I do it. Roll titles. And today we're going to look at this. Brake. Solar panel, controller, power out, comes down and charges my battery. This is a very simple setup. You have a solar panel, you have a controller. Here you can see on this controller that at the moment we're getting 13 volts and that's with the sun behind us. This controller will send power to charge your battery, or it will send power to run a light. You can also use it to charge anything that has a USB connector, so a phone or a pad or something like that. Now my plan is to fit this as I've had it. So I'll be able to take the solar panel down when I don't need it. I'm going to mount this controller box, which is 12 volt and 24 volt by the way, here on the dashboard, and then I'm going to take these cables and run them through the fuse box underneath the gearbox tunnel and then into here to the battery. This is what happens when you use Tipp-Ex and the air inside is expanded because it's warm. As soon as you depress that nozzle, the air shoves all the Tipp-Ex out. No. Okay, another plant. I'll rethink this. It won't screw onto that. I don't want to damage that anymore. Okay, so I've had to think about it and I've got a change of plan. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to mount this onto the back of the solar panel here with a short cable going into there. And then I'm going to take the long cable to here, and then I'm going to have a connector down here, kind of lounging around in here, that goes through to there, so that I can plug all of this into that, charge it up, take that out when I want, and remove everything. Let's crack on with plan B. Okay, so I've cut this cable and I'm going to tin these up so that I can screw them directly into here. Black and white cable goes to positive, solid black cable goes to negative. I'll keep that, I might use that in a minute. Okay, so put a little bit of flux. A little bit of flux on here. And then tin these up. This one. Two. Okay. I'll just take that off for now. Oops. Quick turn round to the sun, see if it's charging. Yep. Right, get an alcohol wipe. Give this a wipe off here. Right. And that's the first part done, and that's picking up sunlight bouncing off the Land Rover. I'm going to connect this onto these black and red wires. Right, so the wires got split. Good flux on that. Now for the neutral. Good flux on that. Okay. Now, back to this. That's one. There's two. Okay. That's the battery side wired up now. I just need to know how much cable I need. A bit of automotive cot. I'm going to have to make that hole a little bit bigger in order to fit this. And that will go right up to there, and I can tape it in place, and then it will come out of there and it'll be there permanently then, and it will just go through inside and it'll protect it the same as that one does. So put that off. Right. So I know that fits in there now, and that'll protect the cable. Now I'm going to tin these two ends up. That's one. Two. Right. Yellow to yellow. Yep, that worked. Now for lovely. Right, so I'm going to take the earth cable off. And then I'll take the positive off. cable out. Now I'm going to fit this cable we've just made. And those fittings just go through. It's fantastic. There we go. There we go. Right, so I'm going to fit this one onto the positive. Now the negative. Okay. Now I can put the seat back in. Now for the last part, getting the wire to go from here to there. Now you see. So that's the last part of the wire made. We'll fit it into the Land Rover now then. So first off, just open these up. Now that I've done all this work, I want to make sure that it's actually charging the battery. So I'm going to test it with a multimeter. 14.4 volts. Beautiful. Right, now what I can do is I can take this out, put it in the back and drive around, and then when I'm finished I can put this back in the window. Plug that back in and my battery stays charged. Now for safety, I've got myself a spare connector, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill the inside of this up with some hot glue, screw that in place, and then that I can use as a plug in there, safety plug, for when I've taken this out, so nothing can touch that. Right, not quite sure at the moment where the hot glue gun is, so I'm going to put some of this glue inside here, see if this will do this. That's gone right through. Oh, yes. Right, that can now go in the Land Rover as a safety plug. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this little episode. It's not really a how-to on to fit one of these onto your vehicle. Everybody's vehicle is different, everybody's tastes are different, but it just goes to show that one of these can keep your battery topped up permanently. So if you don't use your vehicle for a week or 2 weeks or whatever, when you jump back in, you're going to have a full battery and you'll just go straight away. They're brilliant. So, like I said, if you have a Range Rover P38 that suffers with a BECM problem, fit one of these. It will fix it. It will keep your battery topped up constantly. Well, that's it from me today. Like I say, please remember to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you again really soon for another one of my episodes. Bye bye for now.